Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Sean Myatt, Lawdog 9301. We're back here on the Old Stream Farm. This will be video 6. So, yesterday afternoon, Colt and I, on multiplayer, were able to finish plowing and planting, and then we harvested all of the crops. We created a lot of new fields to increase our cash flow so that we could build up to bigger, or I shouldn't say bigger, but to adding more equipment here. So we're still on hard. After that harvest of those fields, we have 73,000. And so this episode will go probably about 45 minutes. But we definitely need to start sowing. Get that out of the way. So let's go over here to our seeder. Looks like I got enough to get started. We'll start with our smaller fields for right now. We'll do this again. That worked out pretty good to have a little bit of diversity because we only have one selling point. So to get the prices that we need without bringing them down so much, we're planting wheat, barley, canola, and soybean, and we're just kind of spreading it around between the farms. So let's get started here. We'll plant this farm in wheat. Let's go around. Alright. And away we go. So Colt and I played for quite a few hours on multiplayer last night. I appreciate all of his help. Didn't really get to do any videoing of it. Maybe in the next episode or so we'll add that to our video logs. But right now we have the tedious task of sowing all these fields. We got plenty to do. So hopefully our next go around we can upgrade some of the equipment. To handle all the fields that we have right now. We ended up buying a few things. We bought a little bit larger tipper with some of the cash that we made yesterday. We also bought a larger header for the combine. We still got the same combine, so we kind of we had to make it work. You have to back the tipper around a certain way because the pipe for the combine is definitely undermatched for the size of the header that we put on the combine. So, but we made it work last night or yesterday afternoon, so it's all good. Hopefully make enough money where we can definitely get a bigger combine. We definitely need to look at getting some larger tractors and then start moving up to a little bit larger equipment to handle everything we got, so we can work our way up into a good cash flow and start working on some animals soon. Buying animals and get that going. Yesterday afternoon, Colt was making a good point about we were spending a lot of money on fertilizer, and so we definitely want to get plenty of cows and some pigs so that we can get the manure going and use that to fertilize our crops. I've never done it before, but the way he was explaining it was it's pretty comparable to the pellet spreader, the solid fertilizer spreader. It doesn't use as much as slurry. I've tried slurry. Slurry is just, you have to have a lot of slurry to make it worth your time. And so we're not going to worry about that right now. Trying to produce a bunch of slurry. Main thing is we want to upgrade our equipment for sure. And then get those animals where we can start using that fertilizer or manure as fertilizer. Cut down on some of our costs. So hope everyone's enjoying the channel so far. As I've said before, my primary goal is farming on hard and working our way up to good cash flow where we can afford some better equipment. So I hope that you're enjoying it. Did I miss a spot? Sometimes it's hard to tell. You gotta watch it and make sure you don't skip spots. I tend to do that from time to time. Have to go back and pick those up. It's better if you cover everything the first go around, so you're not having to go back and do that a lot. So it's still hot in Texas. My understanding is it's going to be over 100 today with the heat index. May not be expecting any more rain for a while. So I'll be glad when September gets here and things start kind of cooling off. Alright. We're just about done with this build. Then what we'll do, we'll jump over to 10 real quick. It's not a big field. And get it planted. I think we got 2 side by side there. I got 10 and G3. And we'll plant, since they're side by side, we're going to plant both of those in barley. I missed just a little bit. Get it. Plant those in barley. Make it a little bit easier for us when we're running the combine. If you have the same crop, you don't have to switch out. Ooh. Of course, once we get all this sowing done, the tedious task of going back and running the fertilizer spreader. I'll begin that. Let's switch over to barley over here. We'll have to get that one as well. Doing it this way is planting the crops a little diversified. Ooh, help if I put down the seeder, right? Doing it this way, having many diversified crops gives us an opportunity to get different price variety, but if you overload the one selling point with one crop, prices get lower and lower and lower to where it's not really economical for you to do that. So try to be a little more systematic in our planning here. Across here. I guess there's not really a good way to do this. Everybody does it a little bit differently. So we'll just kind of make our edges and then go from there. Did I get it? We'll make sure. Yeah, we did. Okay. So onward. Let's move onward. So if you're watching the videos and you like the content, please sure to hit subscribe and the like button. I know that this content may not be for everyone, and I understand, but that's my goal, is just to do some old-fashioned farming and have fun while I'm doing it, and so hopefully you'll enjoy it. And like I said, when we do the multiplayer, I'll do some recordings with the multiplayer just to give the video logs a little bit different attraction, and open it up to some folks. Yesterday we had a couple that wanted to join, but I think we had it pretty good. Hoping to open it up where we can have a little bit more folks jump on. I think we're getting to a point where we have enough work. We need maybe a little bit more equipment, and we can get some more folks on here to help out, and that'll make it more fun and add a little bit to the video quality, or content I should say. Well, if I could drive straight, sorry about that. Seems like I'm driving all over the place there. There's a farm that's a G7 that we broke out, and that thing is huge, and we held off on it this last time. Kind of glad we did, because I was getting pretty tired by the time we had harvested all of this. We took turns running the combine and tipper, but ended up being a lot of work, but fun. Of course, once we get to a point, y'all, that we have enough cash flow, we'll turn these these farms that we've plowed out, we'll turn them back into grass farms, and that way we can give a little bit more variety to the videos. But for right now, we're just trying to build up some money so that we can get to that point and buy the equipment that we need to get to that point. So just be patient, pop in, watch the videos and enjoy them, and we'll start expanding as we go along. Okay, I didn't get nowhere doing that. There we go. I think we should be able to jump over to our next farm here in a second and have enough seed to plant it, which will be, I think we'll go with wheat on it. I don't know, we may not have enough. We'll see. Maybe just enough to get this done. If that's so, then when we fill it up, we'll be close enough where we can just get 15 G7, 17 out of the way. 17 is going to take quite a bit, like I said. I may have said G7, but it's 17 is the farm that we broke out. Didn't even know we had that farm. I got to looking around and noticed that we own that farm, and so we went over and looked and decided to go ahead and plow it. But being it was so big, we held off on it till this go around, which we definitely need the cash flow. So we had about I want to say 5,000, and by the time we harvested and then bought a few things, we ended up with the 73,000. So we brought in a lot of crops that definitely yielded us some good money. Hopefully this go around will make enough or pay some on our loan. We went ahead and borrowed enough to where we could afford some of this stuff. So we owe the bank about 300,000 right now, but we'll start paying on some of that and get this more manageable. This tree's throw me off sometimes. There we go. Okay. Go ahead and get this little piece I missed here. Alright. So G3 is out of the way. $582 left. Yeah, we'll probably we'll have to go buy some seed to finish everything out. So that's okay. Okay. Trying to get a little bit in too big of a hurry here. Need to slow down just a little bit. Okay. On our way. We'll have 3 of the farms out of the way here pretty quick. Get this prepared for us for round 2 of the big harvest. Hopefully have plenty of time where we can go back and get everything fertilized. Still got 538, so let's go ahead and see if we have enough. If not, we'll drive across this guy's farm. Sorry about that. Let's go ahead and drive over here and see if we can't plant am I calling those wrong again? What is that? Next to it there. Whatever this one is right here. Okay, so we're going to go over to... okay, G5 is what we planted. I'm sorry, I'm calling it G3. G5, and then now we're going over to G3. It's hard to keep up with all this since we broke all that out for the added land. But it's a lot cheaper than trying to go around and make enough money to buy a farm. We already own these, so we can go ahead and plant them. We'll go with let's go with wheat on this one. And I think we should have enough to finish this field. Hopefully. We'll see. And we'll go pick up the other farms. There we go. Too close that time. Can't make the turn. There we go. Trying to catch those edges. That's precision farming here, right? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay. Should get us by. Yeah, we should have enough to go ahead and finish this farm out, seed-wise. This little jockey, I think it's Cockerling, is the brand name. Jockey's the model. I really like this little modded planter. It's inexpensive. It's $44,000, and starting out like we are on hard, not a bad little buy. It's 6 meters, which is not the smallest, but 6 is definitely a lot larger than the 3 meter. 3 meter would take us forever planting all this. Hopefully we can work our way up to the 9 meter. I think that's as big as we need to get for this. I also want to buy a planter so we can do corn and sunflowers. Just a second, y'all. I don't want to cough in your face. Sorry about that. Yeah, so we want to definitely move up to like the 9 meter equipment. Get us a little bit bigger tractors, horsepower wise. Definitely build up our uh, plows a little bit bigger, wider. Not spending as much time plowing when we need to. Yep, do that a little bit. Okay. Okay. I think we'll use a little bit of this money to pay back the bank so I can get it down just a little bit. And keep the rest until we build up some more. But I think it's like over $2,000, $2,400 on the interest of the loan right now. So definitely want to I want to get some of that paid down. Alright, looks like G3 is on its way to being done. Looks like we left a little bit, but that's okay. It's a small amount. The definitely the fertilizer spreader won't take near as long as this. Which is a good thing, especially if you got a lot of land, especially on a little setup like we've got. Plus we're playing on hard, so do not like leaving a little bit behind. So we'll go back and get this. Alright. Maybe another pass and we're done. Oh yeah. Good deal. So here we are. Just in time too. We got about 187 left. 183. So we were definitely right on the money with that. Okay, everybody, we are done with G3. Got it right this time. Alright, so let's go fill up with seed real quick. We'll start seeding the other farms, which we're not going to have enough time to get them all done in this episode, but that's okay. That's okay. So at least one's done. G2, G3, 10. So we will need to do, map is so small when you pull it up, like on some of the other ones. Okay, so let's just, am I turning too soon? Lost my train of thought, y'all, where I'm at. Too busy talking and driving at the same time. I think I need to go right here. Yep, missed it by one turn. Okay. Yep. Let the gate come up first before you run into it, or you'll end up in the air. Sorry about that. We'll make sure not to do that again. One time I was running through that and it totally flipped me up in the tree. Took me a little bit to get out. Go. Get filled up here and make our way to some of the other farms. So let's see. Right now we like 17, G7. We still like 4, G2, G1, and 15. So, what we got there? Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more farms. Not bad. Alright. Okay. Head back that way. And on those bigger ones, we'll, like I said, we'll plant soybeans and canola on those. Matter of fact, while we're over here, we'll just get 15 out of the way real quick. And 17's pretty big, so it'll take some time. Alright, so we're here at 15. We'll get it out of the way. We had canola here last time. I think we'll just go back with that. Start working our way around. Well, we got a little bit of time left here. Maybe 10 more minutes or so. Or a little bit longer. We'll go about 40-45 minutes. I say that and we usually end up going 50 minutes. And like I said, we got to go back and once we get all the fields planted, we got to go back and fertilize all of them, which definitely does not take as long as the planting does. I think we have the Brindle fertilizer spreader, and it has a 24-meter spread, so we can cover the ground pretty quickly with it. Still debating whether to go ahead and plant 17 or not. I think we will, because we need to get the extra cash so that we can start moving up in money. So probably do that when I'm not recording. Doing one farm that'll take that long. I don't want to bore you with that. So we're making headway here. It looks like we'll get done with 15 here soon. Got canola planted. Anyway, I think I talked about this earlier, but we went ahead and bought a 41-foot header, and so we definitely need to step up our combine so that at least it is somewhat comparable. We'll probably sell that header, because I think we went ahead and bought the New Holland one, but we'll probably sell it and get the case. The case is about as big that we want to go. I think it's a 7130. So, which is a few $100,000 that we'll go for. And then I think the header that we're going to buy is going to be about the same size header. The 41 foot is plenty on this farm, plenty big enough, so we'll stick with it. And, definitely need some little bit bigger tractors with some more horsepower, and step this up a notch, eventually working our way into the 9-meter planters, where we can cover a little more ground quickly. Awesome. So 15 here shortly will be done, and then we'll start working on some of the bigger farms. I'll have to go back and check and look, but I think I planted canola in one of the big ones over there, and then the other one. No, I did soybean on both. I was trying to think. I think we'll do that again. Just makes it easier from jumping from one field to the next one. When you got whatever's in your combine, you can keep going. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. We don't like too much. We're about right at our time limit, so we'll finish up 15 here, and I'll go ahead and end this episode, or this video. So, video 6. Alright, one more pass, and we should have it. Let's go ahead and pick up this little bit we left here. Alright, great. Still, I haven't yet, but I am definitely going to do some live stream in the future. So be looking for that. I'm going to open it up to multiplayer. I'm not going to live stream on my own. I just prefer to have a couple of folks in there to help out. So just keep that in mind if you're interested. Make sure to send me a friend request. I'm on PlayStation 4. My gaming tag is LawDog9301. Alright, so we have completed 15. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here, folks. I'm going to continue planting. We'll start the episode 7. We'll finish up planting the rest of the fields. Appreciate you joining in and watching the videos. Make sure to hit the subscribe and like button if you like what you see. Alright, y'all have a great day.